This is probably the latest I've stayed up in months. I really don't feel like going to sleep, and quite honestly, I'm at one of the lowest points I've been at in a long time. So I made just under $1,000 yesterday, doing pretty much nothing. I've been able to build one of the biggest car detailing companies in my city at 20 years old. I went from like back when I was a kid, being the fucking weird kid, being like the kid who nobody expected to do anything with my life, like everybody wrote off, to being honestly kind of successful for my age and proven pretty much everyone those people wrong. But right now, it just feels like things are not going my way. So I really do not feel like going to sleep. I might seem tired, but I'm just fucking stressed out, man. So we're gonna go on a drive, and then you can hopefully learn a bit from me. So let's get an RX bar. I eat one of these like every fucking day. I haven't ate mine today, which is very surprising. I skipped breakfast, and then I had my first meal at like 3:30 p.m., which is fucking wild. I don't think I've ever done that before. Got the RX bar, keys, wallet. We are good. Forgot the lights. Got the fucking detailing van over here. I unfortunately do not have my key. My employee has it right now. My biggest fucking flex is that I've only driven that thing like twice this month. I do pretty much none of the detailing jobs in my business. Like maybe if an employee is sick or like I have to. But I run the business like 95% remotely, which is fucking amazing. POV, you passed the first date. And this is where the story starts. First thing that happens is, I think it was about a week ago. I'm driving on the highway, and then I start to notice these like really weird knocking sounds coming from my car engine, and then I was like, uh, I'll just like stop that for a couple days. Doesn't stop. Get my employee to check it out. He used to be a mechanic, and then he was like, "All right, bro, this does not sound good." Checks the oil and is like, "Oh, well, you just like don't have enough oil, like you're almost low." So I'm like, "All right, I'll just get an oil change." I get the oil change, and then the guys at the oil change place are just like, "All right, you got to take this to the mechanic like immediately." I take to the mechanic and the guy checks it out. He's like, "This engine has been fucked for over a year." And the dealership sold it to you with like a really bad engine that did not even work properly. So turns out I got scammed on the vehicle for like over $20,000. I'm now doing everything in my power to get the proper records, then go to the dealership I got it from and get my fucking money back. This is going to be such a nightmare. And I'm just praying to God that I can get my money back for this vehicle. And then the van. So that's a company vehicle. Like I said, like I don't really drive it, but my business pretty much runs on that thing. And so when I bought it, they got a fake inspection done, meaning like some guy at whatever mechanic shop or like wherever they did it pretended the car was okay, checked everything off as good. I had to get another one done after I bought it, about 6K of repairs. And now there's some more issues with the engine. So that one might be cooked for life. I might lose my personal car and then my company vehicle as well. Yeah, so you might hear that knocking sound. That's like the issue with the Mercedes. And also, if you know cars, you might be wondering, like, why the fuck is this guy driving it right now? The mechanic told me, like, this issue's literally been happening for, like, a year. Like, the mechanic literally sold it to me with a fucked engine. So, like, I can technically still drive it. I should just be careful. So, yeah, we're just going on a quick drive with this. Anyways, man, I fucking love this car. Like, it's been a great 5 months, to say the least. Probably will be one of my last times driving it. And there's no other person that I'd want to be driving it with. I love this car, man. Definitely not the forever vehicle. I'll definitely be getting a GT3 RS. Rolls-Royce Cullinan for sure. That's like a dream car. Rolls-Royce. Yeah, didn't fucking say it properly. And a G-Wagon too. Maybe that's my next car, actually. I actually had to talk with my mentor, and then he was like, hey man, you gotta get a property or like some kind of investment that can pay for your car before you get a new one. And I was like, yeah, honestly, like that's a really good idea. And he did like super fucking well in business, sold his business for like 37 million. And then now he has like a fuck ton of real estate, owns quite a few businesses, and is doing very well for himself. His name is Max Lewis. I'd recommend looking him up. But yeah, he's like trying to get me into real estate investing. So that could be one of my next endeavors after I get my detailing business a bit more automated, get it running itself a bit more. Which I think I'm already doing a pretty good job of that. So even though losing this car right here, yeah, fucking sucks. And like it's so embarrassing to admit this, but like low-key, like the cars become part of my identity. And it's like, that's the car I pick up all my friends in. Like, everybody just, like, associates me with, like, having this Mercedes. I don't really want people to just associate me with a fucking car. And I don't want people to see me as, like, some guy who just, like, makes a lot of money or who they perceive as, like, super, like, rich and successful at 20 years old, even though, like, I don't think I'm super rich. I don't, like, view myself as the most successful person in the world. I know there's, like, other people who do, and I just don't really, like, people base my value off that. But anyways, fuck, I'll stop with a tangent. What's even worse than losing this material object here is I just had a pretty bad breakup. I'm not going to go too in depth, just like out of respect for... Fuck, man! Fuck! I was going to see my girlfriend, but fucking my ex now. It feels so weird to call this girl my ex, bro. Feels so weird. And that was like the first time I had to say it too. Like, fuck, man. It's life. It's life. What can you do? Just with all the other stuff that's been happening, does not feel good at all. Does not feel good at all. Happened for the better. I have nothing like bad to say about her. Just, yeah. Definitely happened for the better long term. I still have a lot of respect for her, but it just sucks. Thinking like I've made so many good memories with this girl. Like we really had a great time together. Honestly, checked pretty much all the boxes I had, and yeah, we're just not gonna see each other again. But so is life, and some other stuff in my life, but I don't want to go too in depth and be like, oh, poor me, my life sucks, because it really doesn't. And the main thing that I want to get across to you here is like, these can be the best times in your life. These times here, these hard times where it feels like your life is just collapsing over you, where you're just waking up like every single day being like, fuck me. Like, what's all this even for? You're just like doubting yourself 24/7. These times can actually be like your best times and the times that really make you as a man. And you need to switch your perspective from why did this happen to me? And stop viewing things in your life as things that happen to you. Stop viewing yourself as a victim. View it as something that happened for you. Ask yourself, why did this happen for me? Like, why did this thing happen to make my life better? And man, I can think of like so many good things that are coming out of these situations right now. Like with this car, for example, honestly, like it's hard to think of some good things, but it's like, it's more motivation. Motivation to fucking make more money to get a new car. With my ex, the breakup, like we probably weren't compatible long term, so it's like, it's good that it happened now rather than dragging it out like 8 months or however long, or like, I don't know, a couple years. Better it happen now so I can like get over it quickly. She can get over me quicker. We can just both like move on and also save time. Like, I'm a fucking ambitious guy. Having that mental energy back and the time back is very helpful. And also, one huge thing is like making content. Like, I'm making this video here to inspire other people. Like, man, one thing you have to know about me is like, the one thing I value more than anything is impact. I believe if I'm gonna achieve one thing in my life, it's impacting millions of people. It's making a fucking impact on the world. And times like this are so good for that, because like I can share the lessons. I can just like talk about this, and then if, let's say, somebody else who's going through similar situations watching this video, they know they're not alone, and like they see somebody who's like pushing through it, doing their best, and that can inspire them. Like, this can be such a beautiful thing that if I like extract lessons from it, if I keep a good mindset, it can really inspire other people and change other people's lives. And at the end of the day, man, like that's more important than money. That's more important than fucking anything, in my opinion. The impact that you make on the world. And like, I'm not too sure if you know the name Ben Bader, but this guy was like my favorite content creator. Watched like every single one of this guy's fucking videos, met him briefly. Amazing guy. And you might have seen, if you've been on Twitter, like Instagram, or if you're in kind of like the internet money space online, he recently passed away. It really did hurt me. But one huge thing I learned from his passing was like how much impact matters. Like the impact, I just saw the impact that this guy made on my life, how much he changed my life. And I was thinking, like, if I can have the impact that Ben made on my life on even just one or two other people before I die, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm really gonna be happy. Yeah, I don't know the right word to describe this, but it's like, I'm in this Mercedes that I bought at 20 years old. I've overcame so many mental challenges in my life. I've like achieved so many of my goals for my age. I'm just driving through my old childhood neighborhood. I'm driving close to like my childhood elementary school where I used to be fucking bullied. I barely had any friends. Man, I'm nowhere close to where I want to be in life, but my younger self back then, back in like elementary, middle school, would be so fucking proud of me right now. Would actually be so proud of me. And I need to keep that in mind. I just need to like be more grateful, man. I need to give myself more credit for how far I've come, because I would really be so proud. When I was younger, I really did look hopeless from the outside. Nobody around me would have thought I'd do anything with my life. Nobody would think I'd be in this position that I am today. And the only reason why I've been able to do anything with my life, and quite honestly, like, I know I sound like a dick here, but achieve way more than pretty much everybody else in my high school. Everybody else who I knew when I was younger. Achieve way more than like any of those people who like bullied me or didn't like me in fucking middle school. The only reason has been the fact that I've trusted myself. I've had this, like, I don't even know where it came from, but this burning trust and belief in myself ever since pretty much day one. I always knew that I was going to be rich. I always knew that I was going to do great things. Like, I don't even know where it came from. And I just never gave up on that vision. No matter how much I failed, no matter how bad I looked to other people, no matter what, I always believed in myself. I always trusted myself. And that's why I got my first tattoo. Where is it? Right here. You can barely even see it, but got a tattoo saying, "Trust yourself, perception is reality," on my forearm. Because trusting myself really has been the one thing that's gotten me through everything in life. And it's probably going to be, or not probably, and it's going to be the one thing that'll get me through this as well. Knowing that I've gone through so many things in the past. I used to not be able to look myself in the mirror. I used to have like a fucking eating disorder. I had terrible ADHD, and I still have fucking ADHD, man. Definitely has not gone away. But I have gotten through so many things that it looked like I would never go through. Looked like I'd be cursed with for life. And I've come out successful on the other side. And then the second half of the tattoo, but it says perception is reality. And I touched on this before a little bit when I was talking about thinking like, why did this happen for me rather than why did this happen to me? Because nothing's good or bad in the world. Everything is simply how you perceive it. Like, me and you can have the exact same experience and then view it in a completely different way, and it has a completely different effect on our lives. I think a perfect example is, I saw this post on Instagram one day where there was this rich guy and then this like drunk homeless guy who were both brothers. And then they were both asked why they were in the position that they were in. Then the rich guy was like, "My dad was a drunk, so I had to become like this." And then the homeless guy was like, "I'm here because my dad's a drunk." They both had the exact same reason, but they perceived it in totally different ways. And it's so simple. It's like the most simple thing ever to just change how you perceive events. And seriously, like, probably nothing will have a bigger impact on your life. Like, instead of seeing the bad things in your life as bad things, always find the good in them. Always ask yourself, why did this happen for me rather than why did this happen to me? It's gonna be hard, and man, it's fucking hard right now for me. It's fucking hard. Like, having this breakup, having like both my cars potentially being gone, not even sure if I'm gonna get any money back for this Mercedes. Like, losing a fuck ton of money. Oh yeah, lost like 5, 6, 7K off crypto as well. Losing like a fuck ton of money this year. Not for my business, like my business has done well, but then just like unfortunate events. And like a lot of these, it feels like I can't really learn too much from them. And this sucks. But there are always ways to learn from these events. There's always ways to like make them happen for you rather than happen to you. And you need to remember that.
Like a snake bite. I swear to God, you think I'm Shakespeare. That's why you always wanna play right. This ain't something I can make right.
Well, it's a very quiet Saturday night. I guess everybody's either downtown at the club or like fast asleep, and I I am driving around and fucking contemplating my life. Well, I really do believe that this is going to be one of the best things that ever happened to me. One of the best times of my life, and I'm going to look back on this in like 5, 10 years and be so fucking grateful. And this is part of the reason why I'm making this video. I'm going to look back on this in years and be so proud of how far I came. But anyways, I do want to reveal what my plan is for getting out of this. And I think if I stick to this plan for at least just a few months, like, I really will be able to turn this into one of the best things that ever happened in my life. So there are two parts. The first part is how I'm just gonna get my mental state back because like I'm fucking stressed out, man. Like really not in the best mental state right now. And I'm not saying this at all for pity because it's like everybody goes through times like this and then you can't have the highs without the lows. And what has always worked for me in times like this has been simply just ask myself like when do I feel the best? Finding the things that I can do or like places I can be that just make me feel like my best self and relieve stress. And then putting myself in more of those situations or doing more of those things. So, the first thing is helping people and making content as much as possible. I'm going to be making more videos like this, documenting, posting on my Instagram every single day, just sharing advice on how I grew my detailing business, helping other people out, and documenting the highs and lows of my journey. And it was crazy. So right after I found out about all the problems in my car and like I was just not having a good day, I made a ton of videos in my story just documenting the situation, talking about things, and then as soon as I posted those, I instantly just felt so much better and like it was a night and day difference for the rest of the day. I was fucking crushing it. I just felt on top of the world. So I don't know what it is, but just documenting and helping people with content makes me feel so good. The next thing is something that's been very new to my life. So, getting closer with God. And honestly, man, I feel like really weird saying that because if I'm being like 100% honest, a part of me still doesn't even believe that God's real. But I've been attending church for about the past 4 months with my friends. I recently made this new, like, amazing friend group of like-minded entrepreneurs, and pretty much all of them are Christian. So they all go to this one church. They invited me. I've been going there pretty much every Sunday, and it's really opened my eyes. It really has. And just being around them, learning more about religion, that has made such a big impact on me so far. So I'm learning to pray right now. I'm gonna be praying more. Gonna be praying at least once a day for myself, and also more importantly for other people. Reading the Bible and getting closer to God, learning more about Christianity and about religion in general. That's one thing. And then also exercise, playing tennis, boxing, going to the gym, making a point to exercise every single day. Also, going for runs and walks, like those two things are huge. Like, I love going for walks for like 2 hours without my phone. I do that at least once a week, and it's been fucking life changing. So, I'd highly recommend that. And then also going for at least 1 or 2 runs a week. And then the last thing is just friends, man. Friends. Like, I've got an amazing friend group of entrepreneurs. I host events in Victoria, BC. If you're from Victoria or just like from somewhere close to Victoria, come to one of our events. It's Victoria Builds on Instagram. So, hosting more of those events, speaking to my friends more, having more raw and open conversations about stuff like this, and just helping them through their own problems. So that was the first part of the plan on how I'm going to regain my mental state and just have the best mindset possible. And then the next part of the plan is how I'm going to make 30K next month from my detailing business. So I'm not going to go super nitty gritty in this video because probably a lot of people here don't do detailing. If you really are interested, send me a DM on Instagram and then like I'll go through my entire plan with you. But it mainly comes down to a few things. The first thing that I go over every time I make a plan is figuring out what are the current constraints in my business. A constraint is basically something holding you back from where you want to be. Like, what are the biggest things right now holding you back? And what I thought of was one, our sales process in the business. Like, we aren't converting as many leads as we should be, meaning like a lot of people are contacting us, but not enough of them are being sold on our services. So raising that number. Also, another really big issue lately has been referrals. So everyone, or pretty much every one of our customers, is happy with the service. Like, you can look us up on Google, Canine Car Care, rated 5 stars, not a single 1-star review. Everyone's super happy with the service, but not a lot of people are actually referring it to their friends, and like their friends are buying. So finding ways to raise the amount of referrals, What else? Getting more out of each customer, so making more upsells. I found we're leaving a ton of money on the table from not upselling our customers on more expensive services and extra services. What else? Not having enough quality leads, meaning like enough leads who one have money and two are good customers that are going to keep coming back. Like a lot of the people coming in seem to just want one-time services, which it's like, yeah, it makes us money, but it's like I'm in the business of recurring revenue. Like I want people who are going to keep coming back every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, getting more people like that and more people from nice neighborhoods. So then we can start to get more of that recurring revenue going and then sell people on yearly subscriptions. And then another thing that I go through, and then another thing that I always think about whenever I plan something for my business is the biggest points of leverage. So this basically means the smallest changes that you can make for the biggest results in your business. So what I thought of here, we're simply just getting the most out of the customers that we already have. Like for example, ask them for referrals, making upsells, asking them to come back or sign up for a yearly subscription, getting more money out of our current customers. And then another thing is updating the copy, which is like the writing on our website, making the website convert better so we don't have to put extra money into ads. Like just spending a few hours one day to really optimize the copywriting, update the VSL, which is like a video of me explaining the service, make that better, and then just make the website better as a whole. Another thing I thought of is having a discount for people getting a second car detailed or getting a friend to get their car detailed at the same time that they do, offering like $50 off, $60 off, $70 off, or maybe like a free service, something like that. I'll probably test a few things. And then the last thing, which is probably the biggest point of leverage and like the biggest thing I need to capitalize on this month, is gift cards. So asking pretty much every customer if they want to buy a gift card for somebody, giving customers small gift cards for free. Like for example, whenever someone gets their car detailed, giving them a free $30 gift card to then give to a friend. Having something on our website, like at the very top of the site, advertising the gift cards, running meta ads for the gift cards, like for example, ads on Instagram and Facebook, etc. So I think that is going to be huge. We can definitely make like 5 to 10K this month only on gift card sales. And then what's crazy is like a lot of the people don't even use the gift cards in the first place. So those fucking print money. Anyways, that's my plan. So first thing is how I'm going to regain my mental state and just be in the best mental shape possible. And then two, how I'm going to make 30K next month from my detailing business. And also pay attention to that. I said how I'm going to make 30K next month. How I'm going to be in the best mindset possible. Not how I want to be, not if I'm going to be, how I'm going to be. And that's another mindset that I think you need to have if you're somebody who's ambitious as me. Anyways, this has been a tough time, but we need times like this in our lives. And I think this will be one of the best, if not the best thing that will ever happen to me. And I'm going to be so grateful. I appreciate you watching. Hit subscribe. Also, give me a follow on Instagram, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.